show you that there is energy coming out of these. We'll do a little bit on that. And then I'm going to actually have Dr. Laura and Dr. Travers tell you how they use some of this in clinic to help people as well, because this is an incredibly good accessory that you can use for this in places and at times when this is inconvenient or not possible.
Or you have a pacemaker.
Or you have a pacemaker. Now, by the way, the manufacturer is going to say they don't want you to use this for anything, but that's the manufacturer.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, all this thing is, this is just a detector. You can go on Amazon, you can get one, it's like $30. It's called Cell Sensor. I don't use it to measure quantity, I just use it to detect the field. And some of you have seen this before. This is just a cheap, very inexpensive tool. All right, so right now, all I have hooked up is this medium pad. Now we've done a little video on the cheap pulse, so this is going to go with that. So I'm in RSI mode, and you can just watch this. And there's actually a meter on here that moves too. So you can see there's a fair amount of energy field here coming out, right? All right, see how that works? And the other question is, what about underneath? Can you see it? So the energy field comes above and below the pad. What about the edges? Zip. Not a thing. Forget it. Nothing at all. Nothing at all around the edges. So when you see, when the doctors begin to show us how they use it, you're going to see that they'll be sitting on it, they'll be laying on it, they'll be all doing all kinds of things. RSI is a highly effective mode for delivering energy. And that's what that research doctor did in her research, is she was using magnetic energy basically to transfer that energy into the cellular level. And those are the kind of results she was getting. Let me show you one more thing. I'm going to go to acute. Acute is a mode that's on for 3 seconds, off for 1, right? Pause, on, right? So the reason I'm showing you that is so that you know that whatever mode you picked here is the mode that's being transferred into magnetic pulses. So whether it's modulate, acute, RSI, doesn't matter. Whatever that mode is what you've got. Now if I plug in both of these, I'm going to go back to RSI, it's easier to show. And I have the power at 250, by the way, for now, just so you know. I'm max power, because you know, it's a big room. So we have power over here. It's not quite as strong. Why? Because we just split it off. But we have good power over here. See that? Again, nothing around the edges. So why would I want to use 2 of these at once? Well, because in some cases there might be a need for it. I'll let maybe them discuss that, but you could use this in one location, you could use this in another. You could use this on a neck and shoulder or a head, you could use this on the back, or you could sit on it. I use it for sciatic nerve issues sometimes, if it's not convenient. The point is, both of them have energy. Just remember, if you use 2, you're actually splitting the voltage, so the power is being cut, but both of them will put out a field. So you would generally want to use a field that's going to be pretty strong, and RSI is it. Now, some of you are familiar with the cheap pulse. I don't have one. I'm not going to display that, but we have a video on that so you can see that too. And that's just a little less powerful than this, but the advantage of this medium, which a lot of you have, this is a huge surface area. This gives you a lot of territory. This is 12 inches by 18 inches. This is 12 inches by 6 inches. So it takes 3 of those. And what happens is this is my favorite. I really like this medium pad. Right now, this puts out a little bit more strength than this does, actually. So this is a more powerful delivery mechanism. And it covers a broader area. The other thing I don't want to forget is we've done we've done significant work with animals, cats and dogs in particular. And you can use this, again, it's a very passive system. And just so we know, if you have a dog or a cat, they will tell you the comfortable power level to use. If they don't like it, they're going to get up and move. If they're too sick to get up and move, then they still need it. When they get well enough and they don't need it, they'll get up and move. Then you get up and you follow them, you put it down, you put it back on it, and they get up and move, they're probably good to go. It's about that simple. And that goes for cats and dogs. They are very, very aware of this. And I've had situations where I've been using it, it's fine, they're recovering, and now they don't want to stay there. Turn the power down and see, they will tell you what power level to use. There's a few human beings around that probably could do that too. But the animals are almost always aware, and
So
they'll tell you.
You feel nothing like the machine. You feel.
Yeah, you don't feel anything. You don't feel nothing at all.
But just the animals are more sensitive.
They're more aware, they're more sensitive. Now, I have had, usually if somebody feels this more than someone else, it's going to be a female. And I have recently had a female who could just touch this and feel the energy just go through her body. So some people are really tuned into energy and energy medicine.
You can put the pad up to your eyebrows, and some people will feel the pull, a little bit of a pull.
If you put the pad up here, you may feel like some pull in your sinuses. That's the energy. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Or you feel your little hairs.
We had one female a couple years ago aimed at her toes, and she got her toes would curl. I mean, that's pretty sensitive. Generally, magnetic fields aren't going to be like that. So the research shows that you actually begin a process that it actually allows these cells to, if they're survivable, to make that choice to recoup and revitalize. And it also brings the cell back to a point where if it's not survivable, such as in a cancer cell that's too far gone, it'll allow the cell to have the ability now to create the TNF and the tumor necrosis factor so it can get rid of it. Now we're back to the chart, aren't we? If it's too low in energy comparison, it can't make the choice to create TNF. It needs more energy to be able to produce it and to make the choice. So you give the cell the energy, and it can now either rehabilitate itself or get rid of itself, and it knows. We don't have to even know.
Did that happen the same with like die-off or candida or anything like that?
Well, we're dealing with I hate to call it a foreign substance.
Repeat your question.
Yeah, okay. Let's just put it this way. What does that have to do with like candida
Or die off.
or die-off? It actually, there is research that shows that PEMF, I'm calling this PEMF, it's actually a pulse magnetic field that's being driven by whatever mode you've picked. So in that field, you're using pulses that are, the super technical may say it's not PEMF, but for practical purposes, we just call it PEMF. So anyway, the question was about bacteria and virus and mold, and essentially. Microcurrent as well as PEMF have an effect on those and can inhibit or even destroy them. There is also some research showing that in the case of, pardon me?
What mode? Oh.
Yeah, any period, the technology, the modality. There's also some research, I'd have to find it, but I've seen it, that indicates that the PEMF in particular helps decloak cancer cells because they tend to coat themselves with viruses. There's also some research out which is very interesting. I think it came out of Scripps, or it came out of, if it wasn't Scripps, it was an East Coast one, that cancer cells tend to create bacteria colonies around them, which in other words form an isolation.
Like a biofilm.
Like a biofilm.
So this can't be penetrated.
And they can't be detected. Well, these technologies, and especially ozone as well, have the ability to break that down. So along comes the macrophage now, and I know what you are, gobble, 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 and gone. So these are all aids, these are all tools, these are all concepts. You can't ever promise anybody anything, everybody's different, there's too many variables. But in the big picture, in general, this is like, we should be the kids in a candy store.
So I have a secondary question about the die-off, because some people experience very significant symptoms from die-off. I know I've never had cancer, never worked with anybody with cancer, but I have with yeast, and you can feel really crappy from the die-off. So
Yeah, some people would call it a Hertzheimer effect, but basically just call it the die-off. So no matter what modality you're using, and Candida is a good one because if you can eliminate a ton of Candida in a hurry, your urine's probably going to be brown, and you will feel really, really bad. And since you already were in a situation where you had heavy Candida, you probably have other issues going on digestively and in the colon. So when all that begins to unravel, you're not going to feel probably pretty good for a while.
but will this help that?
Oh,
That's my question.
it'll keep it going and speed it up. Why not? Yeah. Because you have to work through that, and the quicker you get through it, the better. So